love take over. Open up our hearts. Take over, take over, take over.
Welcome to your reading. We are going to see what the messages are. That's so funny. Okay. This card fell out and I put it back in the deck. So the spirit really wants you to know that an activation is coming, even though I tried to put it back in the deck. It's the spirit guardian of spring activation, and spring is approaching and you are going to be activated. Something is going to get you moving and inspired and motivated and activated. And that, my dears, it's going to bring so much happiness. And this is a card of, wow, this is another card of spring. Bluebird spirit happiness. Look at all the beautiful pink blossoms on that tree. Oh my God. Activation, happiness. And on the bottom of the deck, you are transcending all that is not love. Transcending the ego, activation, happiness. And in whatever this is that's inspiring you and activating you and motivating you, and bringing you into this happiness is going to transcend whatever is left of the ego, fear, and suffering. So be very open to what is, inspiring you, and follow it without a question. Follow it. What else do you have, Spirit? Mending. So you've got the forgiveness card. So the way I see it is you've got this forgiveness card with activation. So you are just being activated to forgive everything that is not love. You're on an upward spiral to God, an upward spiral to the Christ mind. You are forgiving, you are accepting the atonement for yourself. You are deciding that you are spirit and eternal instead of this body that withers and dies. Your heart is on the mend. You're activated and motivated to forgive and to see things differently. It's bringing you a lot of happiness because you're realizing the power of your mind that you've been able to choose all this time. Here it is. Unfinished symphony. Okay. It's an end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one because it's a 10. But what I'm seeing with this unfinished symphony is you're completing something in your life right now, but you're going to be asked to go back to something that's not complete, and it's going to bring you happiness. And it's something creative like music or art or poetry or it's going to help you with this forgiveness process. It's going to activate you. It's going to bring in, happiness, joy, activation. Something, you need to go back to something creative. Whether it's speaking, teaching, gardening, music, writing, a book. I mean, it's something creative. It's something that fills you up. It's something that you used to love to do that you're no longer doing. Spirit is saying to do it. Wow. Between worlds. So you've made a lot of progress. A 3 is a foundation of progress. You're in this new world halfway, but you're not all the way there. There's still some forgiveness happening. There's still some shadow work you're doing. It's an easy process at this point for you because you're activated to heal. You're motivated to heal. You're ready. All of us are so willing to be shown another way, but sometimes we're just not ready to face our fears. Sometimes we're willing, but we're not ready. This reading is telling me that you're ready. You're ready to forgive across the board now and to transfer the training of forgiveness to everything. There's no order of difficulty in miracles. You can forgive, stubbing your toe or, breaking up with the love of your life. There's no order of difficulty if you hand it over the Spirit to be done for you, through you. It's not of you. The Spirit is saying you're ready to take on this, it's almost like finalizing, get your butt out of that old dark world, get your butt out of the shadow. The only thing that's holding you back from healing right now is stubbornness, pride, or even arrogance to think that you don't have the power and the certainty because of who you are. It's identification with the dark side. It's identification with the ego. It's identification with the wrong mind. And the Spirit saying, it takes just as much energy to choose the Holy Spirit as it does the ego. But one of these will take you down a thread of darkness, and the other one is going to zip you into the sunlight and color. So choose wisely, my friends. The Spirit is saying the choice is yours, and you're ready to forgive the whole dream, the whole illusion, the whole package. I stubbed my toe. Let me just pray and hand it over to the Spirit. The love of my life is walking out of my life. Let me just hand this over to Spirit. You don't know how to handle either one. Can you stop your pain with your mind by saying, I want the pain to stop? Can you stop the pain of your heart? You can ask for help. You show me the way out. You show me the way. It's transfer training to everything. I'm sorry, my examples are kind of silly, stubbing your toe, but you get the gist of it. You have the power. You're ready. Certainty is yours. Trust that God lives within you and can direct you in every moment. Okay, I'm going to give one more shuffle. I have pre-shuffled these cards a lot today because I was just praying and meditating before I pressed record. So much healing is happening. Let's see if we can take these messages deeper. What do you have for us, Spirit? The Hermit. The Knight of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. The Moon. The Five of Cups. And the Queen of Cups. Okay. So there's a storyline here that I can see taking us to a surrender. The Queen of Cups has surrendered her will to God. Now, you are heading into this deep surrender. And you are completely connected to your source and the light. Now, with mending and activation, you have the Hermit and the Knight of Pentacles. This is you, the Hermit, asking for release, asking for help to accept the atonement, which is forgiveness, which is to see that your brother never did anything to hurt you, which is to see that this is a dream, it's an illusion, that the false is false, and that you are eternal. Accepting the atonement is identification with the spirit self instead of the body self, more and more. And you are lit up with your source, connected into your source, asking to be shown in every moment. And if you aren't there yet, you're on your way. You're going to be activated any moment now to start to use everything for forgiveness. And then you're going to spread those seeds of forgiveness and love everywhere you go. This is a slow moving energy. It's the Knight of Pentacles, and it's very solid, steady, and secure. You're doing deep, deep work, not band-aid work. Not like, oh yeah, I forgive you. But no, it's, I want to see this as a dream. I want to see that I am dreaming and accept that I've made this whole world up. And there's nothing to get hung about. Like there's nothing to be upset about because it's a dream and I can forgive and choose love in every moment. And those thoughts that you're thinking now, those ideas that you're allowing to marinate and come in like, this isn't real, I can't be hurt, I'm going to choose love. You are growing those thoughts, those seeds of love. You're nurturing them. You're giving all your mind, energy, and attention to thoughts of love now. And it's okay if the other thoughts come up. You're recognizing the thoughts that keep you in hell, and you're growing new thoughts. And you're creating another world, a world of happiness. And yeah, something inside of your mind has to do with something that you used to do that you love very much. Some kind of work or creative art that you used to do. It's kind of like you've gone through a process, you're going through a process of forgiveness and letting go of what no longer serves you. And you're now going to be able to do something you used to do much differently. And it's going to bring you joy instead of stress. With transcending and between two worlds. So here again, we have that you're transcending the shadow world. Literally deciding to step into a world of color and love. You know, you're choosing to, what was the message the other day from Jesus through Aaron? Thrive. You're choosing to thrive. Life was meant, you were meant to thrive, not just exist in, you're supposed to thrive. And that's what you're walking into, this world of color, leaving this black and white of just lethargy and black and white. You've been underneath the water with this moon and these 5 of cups. What you are forgiving, what you are transcending, what you are healing is this murky moon, fearful energy, the fear of loss. The 5 of cups is just complete focus on what was, complete focus on what you don't want. So that's what the moon and the 5 of cups represents. It's kind of like, we have to look at all the things in our subconscious. We have to do that shadow work. We have to let it up. We have to let it come to the surface so we can see where we're stuck in the past or sadness or, focusing on what is gone. And we do that work. And now that all that work has been done, you're being called to come up to the surface into the light from these dark memories, from the focus being on what's leaving, turning around and looking at what's being offered right here and now, surrendering to what's being offered right here and now, deciding to transcend that shadow work. You've been in this shadow murk work for a long time, and the spirit's saying, okay, great job. Now let it go. Let it go. And look what you have underneath. Here's the temptation to stay in the darkness. Come with me, and I'll keep your mind spinning for eternity with all that glitters that's not gold, with the images. Or let it go and surrender into God. Like, just let it go. Bye-bye, ego. Yeah, and just, this is the 9 of Wands. You're one more step away from transcending these emotions. The King of Cups, you're going to be peaceful through stormy waters at all times, walking away from the cups that no longer serve you. See how alike these 2 cards are? She finally lets that cup go and turns around and walks into the sunlight and starts a new beginning with passion and love for life. Look at this girl thriving. Hey, maybe we'll call it that. Thank you to to the channeled message the other day. You know, your life was meant to be lived, to thrive, and you are doing that through forgiveness, activation, forgiveness into happiness, leaving the world of shadows and darkness and ego and walking into the light. Accept the atonement for yourself in every situation. Forgiveness is called for. Why? Because you deserve to be happy. Those are the messages I have for you, and I'll see you next time.
Let this love take over. Open what closed up. Take over, take over, take over, come on.